guys, how y'all doing? Okay, so today I'm coming at you with a video that I've actually never done before, and it is a comparison between an authentic Zippy wallet in the Damier Azur print and a fake a Zippy wallet in the Damier Azur print. Now, first of all, I just want to give you a disclaimer that I in no way represent myself to be a professional authenticator. Okay, I just want to lay that out there right now. However, sometimes when you are familiar with a brand, there are certain things that kind of stand out. You know, there's just like these telltale signs that you know after seeing certain items over and over and over, and you can just kind of spot things right away. So there's that. The second thing is that in addition to all of the live sales that I do and other things, I also do consignment. And so when I get items in on consignment, if there is not any kind of supporting documentation, I will get the item authenticated just for, you know, the customer's peace of mind, and also just for myself, because I do have a reputation to uphold. I do have a lot of credibility. I've been doing luxury resale for about going on 7 years, and I don't have the reputation that I have by selling fake items. So I do take that very seriously. But anyway, so I just so happened to have these two items, so that's why I'm actually doing this video. So I got an item in several months ago from a gal, and she bought some items, you know, off several places, and one of them was Poshmark. Now I know what you're thinking. You're like, oh, Poshmark, yeah, it's fake. And I agree that, you know, I feel like there's probably more counterfeit items on Poshmark than a lot of other places, but not all of them are, right? I mean, there's still, you know, some legit stuff that you can get off Poshmark. So anyway, so again, I'm just going to go through what I noticed. So first of all, and again, when you see them side by side, you kind of go, oh yeah, because I know some of y'all are going to leave me some comments and be like, girl, I can tell right away which one's fake. Okay, good for you. But I'm actually just doing this because I just thought it'd be interesting for other people to know some things to maybe look for that they really hadn't thought about, because there is a quote date code in here. And if you're not familiar with the format and all those kinds of things, you may look at it at a glance and be like, oh, it has a date code, it's legit. Well, you know, there's a certain format and all these kind of things. So anyway, this is the one that I got in. And sometimes when I'm showing like lighter colored items, there's kind of a glare. But anyway, so the first thing that I noticed when I got it is that it was a little poofy. And I don't really know how to explain that other than just, see how it just seems kind of fat? You know, there's nothing in it. And it just seems like a little chub. I don't know. I don't really know. And so that was kind of the first thing that caught my attention. I was like, huh. So, all right, you know, because sometimes with vintage items, you never know. But then I got to thinking, it's not really a normal feel, you know. It's just, it's I don't want to say squishy. It's basically just chubby. That's really the best way to explain it. So if I put it next to the authentic item, you can see how, I don't even know if you can tell, but it just isn't as chubby. Like the canvas is just a little different. And as far as like the measurements and the size and everything, even though when I'm doing this, it kind of looks like this one's bigger, they're the same size. They are the same size. I measured them. But anyway, so that was kind of the first thing that I noticed. So then I started just kind of looking at it, you know, and again, I did not have this one to compare next to. I didn't, you know, I just this one by itself. So then I opened it up, of course, and I was like, okay, zipper's smooth, you know, whatever. And it's tarnished, which is common, that kind of thing. So I opened it up and I was like, well, it does have the LV zipper pull over here on the coin pouch, you know, the one that you would normally see, this one right here with the LV on it. Hope you can see that well. Okay, wait, there you go. Okay, and then it does have the normal format, you know, setup. It has the two sides that mirror each other, the card holders, and then it has the divider with the peekaboo, and then it has, you know, the coin pouch. So I'm looking inside the coin pouch area, and that part to me was a little questionable just because, I don't know, there's just, and I know you can't, you know, feel what I'm feeling, but it did feel like these pieces in here just feel like thicker, you know, they just feel a lot thicker. So the next thing I started doing is I was like, okay, well, I looked at the, you know, the stamp in here. And the stamp actually, okay, hang on just a second here. And this is supposed to be the rose ballerine, by the way. So, and I know you can't tell exactly probably from the video, but it is a little off center, you know, it was a little off center, and I was just kind of like, oh, again, I'm just kind of glancing at this item quickly at first going, And I did notice that, like, you know, this space right here seems a little wider than normal. So then I'm going for the date code. I'm like, okay, you know, date code. Well, I found a date code, and the date code says, and it's actually in here, and we'll go over the placement in just a minute, but it's in here, over here in the corner. Here, let's see if you can see it. It's right up here, and it's in the gold foil. But the date code says, the quote date code, okay, I gotta get my readers on y'all, because Mama can't see nothing, okay. So it does say CA6003. Well, y'all, last time I checked, there's only 52 weeks in a year, not 60. So that was kind of the other thing. I'm like, okay, this thing's fake, right? It's super fake. And, or not a super fake, but it's just fake. And so then I started questioning, you know, okay, I asked the gal and she told me she got on Poshmark, and I'm just looking at the other things like the stitching and all these things that you kind of know to look at. And so obviously once I saw this bunk date code, I was like, yeah. And then you look on the inside here and like the glue is kind of coming apart on the inside of this. Like it's just not well made at all. So anyway, I told the gal, you know, that it was fake, and I said, okay, I'll send it back to you as soon as, you know, whatever your other items sell. And they were legit, because I did get them authenticated. And then again, I was just looking at like the zipper pull here, and it does have that rounded one. Wait, hold on. I have to. And I know, again, you can't see the detail on the stamp, but the stamp just seems like too messy, if that makes sense. It's not crisp. So that was another thing. And then also, instead of tarnishing, it's like chipping. So, you know, again, if you don't know, you're just looking at this and you're like, oh yeah, it's legit. You know, it's a vintage item. It's legit. Because, you know, you're going, oh yeah, it's 2008. You're not even paying attention maybe, or whatever. I don't know. But, okay. So now though that I have an actual item, again, besides the fact, and I'm just going to go back to the beginning here. So I have it all closed up, and then I'm comparing them side by side. And, you know, definitely the zipper on the counterfeit item is, it's just thinner, you know, it's just like a thinner, cheapy zipper. It is smooth, but the color, it's not like an actual tarnished color. It's just got this, it does have like a cheap metal color, okay? So if I'm looking at the real one, this is one of the things that I realized. Now I have to be honest, I don't know if it's this way in every single Zippy wallet, because to be honest, I've never checked every single one for like, I mean, I've never remembered like, oh, it's on this side, on this corner. I've never actually, I knew it was in the back, but I just have never paid close enough attention, like how I'm opening it and that kind of thing. So if you open up the Zippy wallet, like if I have the zipper over here and I'm opening it up and I do, you know, I open it up like this, it's right here, like I pull it out and the date code is right here on, well, again, you're seeing it backwards. But anyway, if I have this Zippy wallet and I open it up and I'm looking and I pull this very back slip pocket out, the date code is back here in the corner, okay? And I even checked another Zippy wallet that I have, which is the Trunks Zippy, and it's the same thing. And I'm opening it the same way. I have the zipper on the left, and when I pull it over to the right, then the date code it's facing me. So it's in this back slip pocket and it's facing me, so I can see it. And it's the same placement as on the other authentic items. So then I was thinking, oh yeah, okay, so that's where it is all the time. I knew it was on a back slip pocket, but again, I've never paid attention to, okay, when I open it this way, from left to right, is it facing? Like, I've never thought that. I just always open it up and just start looking, and I go, oh yeah, okay, there it is. Yeah, that's right. So, but I'm noticing that the placement, I believe, is the same. So, anyway, so that was one thing that stood out. So I opened it up, and so again, when I'm comparing it to the other Zippy wallets, and I only have these two authentic. Oh wait, no, I don't. I was gonna say I only have two Zippy wallets. So let's just try this one. This is a vintage vernis. And I'm opening it from left to right, and I'm looking in this back wall, and same thing, it's on the back slip pocket facing me. Of course, this one's a stamp, it's not actually in the foil, but same thing. So then I'm going, okay, yeah, so it definitely is in the same place, most likely on all the Zippy wallets, right? And like I told you, on this counterfeit item, it's not. If I'm opening it to left to right, the quote date code was actually on the opposite side. It is facing me, but it's on the opposite side. So, but I mean, the date code just itself was a dead giveaway, but the fact that it was in a completely different place and everything, and then it was just, of course, wrong, you know, that was just one thing. But, you know, again, I just, oh, let me just finish looking at the other things. Okay, so open it up. Again, it does have the same, like, the authentic item has the same kind of zipper pull, but it is tarnished. Like, the tarnishing stuff just looks a certain way. But see, like, I think on the Zippy wallet here, I was just going to see, I don't remember if it was bright. Oh, I forgot. The vernis have the diamond, the teardrop shape. Okay, so let's check this one real quick. I wanted to see something. Okay, well, they're both tarnished. Sometimes in the wallets, they're not always tarnished, but the way that it tarnishes, even through that, you can still see this perfect, you know, a little bit raised LV on the zipper pull. And so again, this, oh, no, wrong place. You can see on the counterfeit item, it just doesn't have that. It just has, you know, it's super bright, almost too bright. And it does have a raised, a raised LV on it, but it's just, you know, again, it's not like the authentic brightness is, it just has a hardier metal. You can just tell by the feel of it that it's a hardy metal. And also it just, so this one actually feels kind of cheapy, but it's almost too bright, you know, not like new bright, but just fakey metal, you know, whatever, costume jewelry bright. And so again, if you're looking at that middle part, okay, wait, another thing I wanted to see. Okay, yeah. I wanted to just check and see. Okay, yeah, so the stamp though, the LV stamp in the middle, it's in the same placement as the other one. But like I said, in the authentic item, it's actually, you know, it's perfect. And that space in the middle of the cards, see how it's like, well, the other one is perfectly spaced too, it's just wider. See, this is how it looks in the authentic item. And then this is how it looks on the counterfeit item. See how it's just, let me see if I can put them side by side here. If I put them side by side, see how they're, like this one's just wider? That space in the middle there, like it's just wider. And then again, besides that, just the top of it, it's like a, I don't know, it's just a whack paint job. I mean, I don't know. And it's also probably, this isn't the normal, like muted pink, the neutral pink. This is like but you know, painted, like someone painted it. I don't know, it just looks weird. But everything else as far as the setup was correct as far as, you know, the slip pocket, zipper pocket, and everything else. So anyway, all that to say, I don't really know what my point is. My point is just that I wanted to show you just kind of side by side how they looked, just kind of how they looked side by side. Again, this is the authentic one, and it just looks, well, thinner. And again, it just feels different than this one. This one's just poofy. That's really the best way to explain it. It's just like really poofy. And then, you know, I was looking at some other things. You can see there's a difference in the spacing, like right here and that kind of thing. But again, if you're just looking at it at a glance, then and especially if you don't really have like a trained eye, and once again, I'm not representing myself to be a professional authenticator. I'm just saying there's just some things that I noticed, and I just wanted to pass that on to you because, you know, it's not just enough to have a date code. If someone's selling you something and they go, oh, it has a date code, and they even may have a picture of it, I just always recommend getting it authenticated. You can get a verbal authentication for less than $20. And if you're gonna spend the money, hundreds of dollars on a wallet, it's worth the peace of mind. So anyway, I hope this was helpful. And just know that, again, I in no way tolerate any kind of counterfeit item. I have a zero tolerance policy for that. And if you do ever use my consignment services, just know that unless they're supporting documentation, I do like to have the item authenticated just because I need everything to be on the up and up. So there you go. Hope this is helpful. Circle back around, click that link in the description, and be sure and join my community for live sales that I do every week, several times a week. And you can download my mobile app and participate that way. You can also just visit my website. So I'll talk to you soon. Okay.